Hello, this is Matt, and I am an Uber driver, and I am here tonight driving on this wonderful, lovely Friday night, and I got a passenger in the back seat with me. His name is Vito. He's from Boston, and he is a gangstalker. Now, I don't really know much about what gangstalking is, but he told me that it's basically when you follow people around and you kind of like look and see what they're doing and make noises and make weird like hand gestures and eye contact and stuff like that. Is that basically what it is, Vito? Well, basically, yeah, it is that. I mean, you basically gotta like, follow people around, pay attention to what they're doing, see what kind of groceries they're buying, see if they're happy, if they're sad. Just kind of pay attention to kind of mood they're in, you know what I mean? You just kind of have to really pay attention to, their overall behavior and just watch them like a hawk. You got to watch them like a hawk and just keep your eye on them, but don't look like you're staring at them too bad. But just don't look like you're not like paying attention to them either. So you kind of like to keep a low profile a little bit, but for the most part, you just basically follow people around and you find out what they're doing, and then you report back to the boss, and that's basically that. So, I mean, can you go into a little more detail and tell me a little more about what you do? Well, I wish I could, but see, what they did is they make us sign this NDA. When we start, we have to sign this little waiver thing, and then when we do that, we basically can't talk about it too much, because it's like confidential and shit, and they don't want us to really talk about things too much about what goes on. Yeah, I mean, it is a real thing. I do it, and it's pretty cool. They pay you in cash. They give you gift cards. They they give you blowjobs. Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that part. But there's some peaks to it. There's some peaks to it. So, do you enjoy it? Yeah, I mean, I kind of do, but there's some times when you never know what kind of motherfucker you're gonna approach, and what they might do. So it is kind of like living dangerously a little bit. It really is like living dangerously a little bit, and you gotta really have to live on the edge to kind of really enjoy it, because like I said, you never know what kind of crazy motherfucker you're gonna come up against. And I've come up against some real crazy motherfuckers doing this type of work. Let me tell you that. And what made you get into it? Well, I mean, it's kind of a long story, but if you want to know the real truth to it, I once dated this girl, and she wanted me to get an abortion because I knocked her up, and I said I wouldn't pay for the abortion. So she got mad at me and told me that she didn't want to see me anymore, and that was it, because if I'm not going to be the father of this kid, she doesn't want me in his life anymore. And I just couldn't take that. I couldn't take it. So we broke up, and but what's funny is the next time that I knocked her up, she wanted the abortion and wanted me to pay for it, and I did. Ain't that some shit? Oh, that's quite something else. But what does that have to do with gangstalking? I'm not really sure. It's just something I was thinking about, and I just felt like telling you. Oh, okay. Well, do you mind telling me why you got involved in gangstalking? Well, to be honest, I don't know. I've always been. Is this between us? Oh yeah, I won't say a word. I mean, I'm just going to record it if that's okay. I won't put it on YouTube or anything. Oh, okay. Well, then that's fine. That's fine. Basically, well, I'm a pervert, you know. I've always have been. I like spying on my neighbors, and I like watching women change and stalls, and it just really gets me off, you know. And when there's a job coming up, and you can follow women around all day and just look at them and stare at them and oh, there's this really good feeling about it, you know. You really like it's like you really enjoy it, you know. It's almost like you get off on it. But I gotta be honest with you, it's not just the women. I like following guys around too, and that's something I've never been too open with, but I'm sort of a closet homosexual, and to be honest, a lot of the people that do this are a little in the closet themselves. And I don't tell anybody I said this, but, you know, when a guy follows another guy around, come on, you gotta be a little gay to do that. Well, I am full gay, and I love sucking dick, and I love having dicks up my ass, and I'm not afraid to even admit that I'm gay. So shame on you for trying to act like there's something wrong with it. Hey, look, I didn't mean any disrespect or nothing, you know, nothing like that. I just, you know, I just wanted to be honest with you. It's not that easy for all of us, you know, in the closet to keep it a secret. But a lot of us that are in the closet, we go into the gangstalking field because it's a good way to keep a low profile, and you can check out a lot of guys, and you can watch them, you know, when you get home and see what they're doing, and watch them naked, get in the shower, and rub their hot bodies, and oh, sorry about that. I wasn't supposed to tell you that part. But, yeah, you know, it's just, you know, everybody wants to be on the outside looking in. And, you know, I kind of have a boring life, and a lot of us gangstalkers, we don't really get, you know, a hell of a lot of action, really. We don't have much lives, and we really don't socialize that much or do anything. So this is kind of like our life, you know? This is like our way of, like, having fun, having something to do with our lives, because if it wasn't for this, I probably would be sitting at home right now just jerking off and picking my nose and farting and spying on my next door neighbor, you know, watching her get dressed and shit in the morning. And I'm thinking to myself, why do that when you can get paid for it? So that's my theory on it. That's my opinion on it. And you know, I don't know what else to say. I mean, what else do you want to know from me? Anything? Not particularly. I just kind of want to know why you do it. And why do you like spying on men and women and shit? I mean, isn't that kind of weird? Well, I mean, it's kind of weird, but everybody does. I mean, a lot of people do it. And, you know, like, a lot of these people they use, you know, they're like criminals and shit. They just got out of jail and they can't get a real job. So this is like the next best thing for them, you know? They don't have much of shit going for them in their life. I don't have much shit going for me in my life. So this is like the only way I can really like feel like I'm a real person, you know? Like I really mean something. Otherwise, I'd just be like a piece of shit sitting at home doing nothing, you know? And I don't want that. I don't want that anymore. I want to have something to do, you know, with my life. And if someone's going to pay me in cash and in gift cards and in blowjobs, oh, sorry again, I wasn't supposed to say that part, then I will do it. I will do it in a heartbeat. Well, I guess that pretty much sums everything up. I mean, what? I guess I just had one more question, I guess. You mentioned your wife earlier. Did she know that you gang stalk people and shit and stuff? Sorry for my French. I apologize about that. Oh yeah, she knew all about it. She'd come along for the ride-along sometimes, and she'd sit in the car while I do the gang stalking. And sometimes, you know, she'd bring her friends with her. It's like a date, you know, have a little field trip. Bring the bitch along for the ride-along to do the gang stalking, you know? That's all there is to it. Just bring her along for the ride-along. They know what's going on. So was she actually doing the gang stalking herself? Well, she'd participate a little bit, but she wasn't getting all the money or anything. I got all the money. I'm the breadwinner here. So, I guess that's all I have to ask you about it. It sounds kind of interesting, but it doesn't sound like anything I would want to do, you know? It just, I I don't know, I'd be afraid I'd get caught or something, or someone might come up and start filming me and put me on YouTube or something, you know. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to be exposed like that, you know. Well, don't worry about it. We're the ones that do the exposing. Well, we don't really expose. We lie and we smear people. We make shit up about them. Basically, you know, it's like everything we do. We just kind of put it on the other people so they don't look at us too much, you know. So that's kind of how it is, you know. I mean, we just don't really want to, like, be too obvious about the shit. But, you know, we want to make sure people don't stay under the radar, don't catch on to us too much. And we kind of, like, you know, just try to make sure they keep the focus off of us and onto them, onto the person that, you know, they shouldn't be focusing on, but we want them to focus on them because we don't want them to focus on us. Does that make sense at all? It makes a little bit of sense, but it's kind of fucked up, isn't it? I mean, don't you believe in karma? What goes around comes around? Well, yeah, I mean, I guess, but, you know, come on. It's so much money, you know what I mean? I mean, $200 a month is a lot for us, you know? $200 a month is a lot of money. All that for $200 a month? Yeah, I mean, you know, they have us go undercover sometimes, and, you know, we have to go a little undercover, you know, sometimes, you know, this last guy, well, I don't want to tell you too much about him, but, you know, there was a guy one time I had to go undercover with, and I went a little too much undercover, you know, under his covers, and I just gave him a little handy, you know, and he licked my asshole. Okay, well, that's a little too much information for me, even though I totally am on board to hear it all about it. But wow, that's a little out of left field there. What made you have to, like, do all that just to get information from him? Well, you know, once he was passed out, I went to his wallet, got all his information, took pictures of it, and basically sent it back to my handlers. And now they have all of his personal identification numbers and shit. Now they can steal his identity. So, you know, things like that. Oh, so you're identity thieves. Well, some of us are. I mean, some of us are also pedophiles and rapists and drug addicts and, you know, the list goes on and on. They get all kinds of people to do this shit. You wouldn't believe it. Look at that car going loud like that. That loud-ass fucking motor. No one wants to hear that shit. But yeah, I mean, everybody gets involved in this shit, you know? It's time to really, like, get out on the fun, you know? It's fun. Isn't it fun? I mean, wouldn't you find this kind of work fun? I mean, not really. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it would be fun. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of simple. I like living a simple life and doing my own thing and not, you know, getting involved in shady shit. You know what I mean? Well, I kind of take that as an insult. You calling me shady now? No, I'm not calling you shady, but you do seem a little shady. But who am I to judge? I mean, I'm an Uber driver, and I don't know. One time I picked up an Uber driver, and I was a little horny, and I jerked him off right here in the passenger seat. But, you know, that was just a one-time thing. I hope you don't hold that against me. Oh, no, I don't hold it against you at all. In fact, I really like talking to you. And I was thinking, too, now that I came out and told you everything about me being somewhat gay, if you want to give me a blowjob, you're more than welcome to. Well, I don't think I'm in the mood to give a blowjob tonight, but would you maybe want to give me one? Sure. Okay. I just wanted to let you know, though, when I come, it really sprays. Did you ever see that movie, Scary Movie? Like when he comes and he sprays all his semen up in the air and the ceiling and the girl goes everywhere? I think I might have missed that one. Well, it's kind of like that, so I'm just giving you a little heads up. All right, well, I appreciate the heads up. I really do appreciate that. No pun intended. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. All right, well, I'm turning the camera off, and I appreciate you giving me this little interview about your job, gangstalking and stuff. it was a really fun time, and we're about to have some more fun.
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys, you have a good night. I'll talk to you later.